measurement of the various parameter of the gas. So what we have to see, as I was talking to you earlier, the gas is definitely the simplest state of matter. But the most difficult part of the gas is how you manage with the gas. Management of gas means how you hold it. You definitely know that you cannot hold the gas molecules. So how you go about with that? If somebody asks you, find out the volume of a gas. Now you can see the liquid, right? You can take the liquid in a container, pour the contents of that liquid in the another container, and you can easily see the volume of a gas as well as solid. So let's understand the most important and crucial factor about the gas. First we are going to talk is measurement of mass of gas. I would like to students emphasize again and again, you have to understand these parameters very carefully. Otherwise, we will be in a difficult state later on. So let's understand measurement of mass. How we measure the mass? Just you imagine yourself. Somebody is asking you, just measure the mass of a gas. What you do? First, you will take some container. So let's take the weight of evacuated container. Now, this word evacuated should be very clearly understood. This word evacuated should be very carefully understood because this word should not be get confused with empty. Evacuated container means container with vacuum, means no gas should be there. So no pressure. So let the weight of the evacuated container be equal to X gram. Then in that evacuated container, put some gas. There are so many ways to put the gas that we know. So the weight of evacuated container plus gas has come out to be, say, Y gram. Now, the weight of gas, you are intelligent enough to understand, will be the weight of evacuated container plus gas minus the weight of evacuated container. Good job. Great thought. So it is going to be Y gram, that is the weight of evacuated container plus gas, minus the X gram, that is the weight of evacuated container. So you are left with the Z gram of gas. Good job. Keep on thinking. What is most important thing in the states of matter? You have to think. Just don't cram the things from here and there. Now let's convert, students, this Z gram of gas into the moles. I think everybody knows what are the moles. Given weight upon the molar weight. So the given weight, as you just said, Z gram, and molar weight, that depends which gas you are talking of. So this is what, as you can see, we have calculated the moles of the gas, and this is the mass of gas. I hope you have understood. Great job done. Let's move ahead. After calculating this thing, let's talk the second parameter of a gas, that is measurement of volume. The most important fundamental is this. It's very essential for us to understand how we measure the volume of a gas. So students, we have got a container, volume of container, say 1 liter. So now just imagine, we will imagine, okay, that in this 1 liter container, I am going to put the hydrogen gas, say 1 mole of hydrogen gas has been placed in the container. Just imagine that these are the hydrogen molecules I'm trying to draw. So somebody asks you, what is the volume of these hydrogen molecules? So automatically the answer is 1 liter. Got it? Let's take the container to be same. Let me put 1 mole of nitrogen gas, right? 1 mole of nitrogen gas. So what is the volume of 1 mole? Can you see the diagram? Are you getting my idea that what is the volume of 1 mole of nitrogen gas? It's very clear. The green molecules are representing nitrogen gas and the red one are representing the hydrogen gas. Just see there. Focus. And you will agree with me that whether it's a hydrogen gas in a container or nitrogen gas, any gas or both gases present together, the volume of a gas is equal to volume of container. Any gas that I'm having over there. So let's talk of this particular point, that volume of a gas is equal to volume of container, whether the container has got 1 gas or another gas, 2 gas, 3 gas, 4 gases, whatever the number of gases. So remember, this is the most important fundamental. This will help you a lot while doing your numerical So don't let it vaporize from your brain. It should be there. Hold this fundamental. If you've got any particular point in your mind, you can just imagine. Just have a container, have a normal empty bottle at your home. See why I'm calling the bottle to be empty? Because if it's in some jam bottle or any kind of a bottle that is available, the bottle is empty. There is no vacuum, right? So there is atmosphere in the particular bottle. What is the volume of each gas that is in the bottle? What is the volume of the bottle? And say you are sitting in a room with some parameter. There is an atmospheric gases being present. What is the volume of each gas? Can you think? Right. Volume of each gas will be the volume of the container. You cannot say that nitrogen gas is occupying this part of the room and CO2 gas is occupying this part of the room and oxygen is occupying this part of a room. You can have CO2 in every corner of the room, nitrogen in every corner of the room. This is what I am trying to convey. Volume of a gas is equal to volume of container. Very, 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 very important this fundamental is. I hope we have made you understand this particular point. Let's talk of the third point, that is measurement of pressure of the gas. As we just talked little earlier, that what is the pressure of a gas? Container has got the gas molecule. Bombardments made by the gas molecules on the wall of container is basically pressure exerted by gas of molecules. So it's very essential to understand how we can measure the pressure. So just you imagine yourself that you are being asked by your teacher that go and measure pressure of a gas. So how you will measure? How will measure how many bombardments are being made, how much force has been exerted by the gas molecule. So let's at first understand the basic instrument. To understand pressure exerted by the gas, to understand the instrument that is being made to measure pressure of a gas, let's understand the instrument that is being made to measure atmospheric pressure. And that instrument is called as barometer. Barometer was being made by the scientist Torricelli. It is an instrument which is used for measurement of atmospheric pressure. How we measure the atmospheric pressure? Let's have the diagram. So let me take the trough. This trough say is full of mercury. This is all mercury, right? This is all full of mercury, right? What I do? I take a tube full of mercury and insert that tube in the trough which is also full of mercury. Just take a tube, fill the tube with mercury and insert that tube which is full of mercury in this trough. What will happen? Just understand. Here is atmosphere. So atmosphere will exert pressure on this mercury, right? When atmosphere will exert pressure on this mercury that you can see from the diagram, so this mercury has got tendency to rush in the tube. As a result, this height of mercury will help me to understand the pressure exerted by the atmosphere. I hope you can understand. More the pressure from here, right, which is the atmosphere, more the mercury is bound to rush in. As more mercury will rush in the tube, the height in this barometer will help me to understand pressure exerted by the atmosphere. I hope you get my point. Right, student? So now what is to be done? How to convert this height in terms of pressure. How to use this height and calculate the pressure exerted by the mercury. Fine. So suppose the height of mercury column B, H centimeter. Got it? The height which I just shown you in the diagram, which is being made by the pressure exerted by the atmosphere. So suppose the height of mercury column be H centimeter. I hope you get my point. Fine. Area of cross section of the tube, say it is capital A centimeter square. So volume of mercury column will be height into area, and I hope as you are very intelligent that the volume of mercury column will be the height into area, and this is how it is A into H. I hope you are aware of the concept how to convert volume into the mass. How? With the help of density. Got an idea? Remember? Has been recalled? So let's put it. That how we can convert the volume in mass. So let the density of mercury be rho, gram per cc. Wonderful. You know the units of the density. So this is the density of the mercury column and the unit of the density is gram per cc. You know cc na? Centimeter cube. Centimeter cube means 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube. That is what I'm talking over here. So let the density of the mercury column be rho. And please learn the actual density of mercury is going to be, remember always and always 13.6 gram per centimeter cube. Wonderful. Very effective job done by you. So we got the volume, we got the density. What is the mass of mercury, right? This is the mass of mercury column actually. The column which has been made in the tube and that comes out to be density. You just said that density is mass by volume. So what the mass will be? Density into volume. What is density? Indicated by rho. And what is volume? Got it? You just said A into H. Right. So what is the mass of mercury? That is density into volume. Density is rho and volume is A into H. Wonderful. Let's talk the weight of mercury column. What is the weight of mercury column? You know the weight exerted by a body does depends upon the due to gravity. That varies from the planet to planet. So here the weight of mercury column will be the mass multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. So let the pressure. Now what is pressure? If somebody asks you what is the pressure in terms of the weight, pressure is force per unit area. Now what is force? Force is weight exerted by mercury column. Good. Good job. By area. Now weight exerted by mercury column, you just said density into A into, right, by area. So this area cancel out. So what being left? That pressure is rho into H into G. Can you see? Excellent, right? Conclusion over here. And the excellent conclusion is that pressure exerted by the mercury column is independent of the area of cross section of the tube. How much pressure is being exerted by the mercury column that doesn't be controlled at what is the area of cross section. Otherwise, just you imagine what will happen if I take different tube with a different area. What will happen? The pressure we calculate of the atmosphere will be different. And how it is possible? Pressure cannot be the different, right? So that's all for today class. Tomorrow we will be talking in detail the units and other parameters. Goodbye. Take care.